Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I am Angela Sutherland at healthylivingchick.com. And today I am sharing with you about digestion, our digestive health, and go with your gut. And first, I would just like to share the why and kind of a little bit about my personal story. And then I want to go into the epidemic or how digestive issues are affecting a lot of Americans, 74% according to Fox News. And then thirdly, I'd like to go into some solutions, natural solutions that kind of help support us. Here you're going to see Reed and Christy Hughes. Christy has been doing a lot of these talks with me, these presentations. And then here's my family. As you see, I have one biological daughter and 3 daughters that came to us via adoption. My story begins as an infant. You see, I was birthed C-section and was bottle fed my first year of life. Why does this matter? We consider our body's microbiome or our digestive tract. Remember, when we are coming out of the birth canal, we are taking in all of mom's good bacteria. Plus, when we are nursed with mom's breast milk, we are obtaining that liquid gold for our immune system because over 70% of our immune system is found in our digestive system. So when I was growing up, I was known as the sick child. I was the one with allergies, ear infections, and constipation. A popular antibiotic, the pink medicine, was my drink of choice, it seemed. Little did I know, nor my family, that all 3 of these health issues were all related. Later in life, as God would have it, He would take me down a path of learning natural solutions that supported my body. After He brought me through a miscarriage, through an amazing pregnancy that led to a scary look into the eyes of death. You see, in my pregnancy, I had toxemia. Now, the symptoms include high blood pressure, liver impairment, and kidney dysfunction, creating swelling and buildup of fluids. Some moms don't recover after giving birth to their baby. The doctors and nurses involved with my care were concerned for my life for a while, and I had to stay in the hospital longer than Ariel, my firstborn daughter. Boy, I was toxic. Only 2 to 8% of pregnancies are affected by this. And typical risk factors include people that are obese or have a family history or have a history of other inflammatory diseases such as lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, or if you're carrying more than one baby. I didn't have any of these. In the midst of my pregnancy, my father-in-law suffered a massive heart attack, and not long after my oldest was born, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with breast cancer, both at very young ages. I knew at this point that I should do some research to help them and to give my newborn a chance of starting out a little more hopeful since her genetic makeup now contains these genetic factors, not counting the other diseases that run in my family. I knew that I had to start with me since neither of these precious family members were interested in making any changes. This was the beginning of my transformation 20 years ago. I am now a holistic health coach, serving my family plus other families wishing to transform their health. Together, we look at the gut as one of the first areas since your gut health is associated with almost every disease imaginable. At one low point in my story, I suffered with extreme pain associated with the digestive tract, with hemorrhoids and fissures. Just imagine not sitting down, not feeling like you could sit down for any length of time. I was the queen of constipation. It was some of my habits that I had to change. Now, this spurs on even more research as this journey unfolds. Now, looking at my girls' digestive health, as they came home, one of them came home with IBS and 2 others with constipation. One of those had extreme pain in her joints while running or participating in any type of active play. Remember, she's only 4 years old, and even this is resolved with making these changes and looking into digestive health. It was highly recommended that we take a popular laxative given to one of my girls, but I wanted no part of it because of the side effects and the constant dependency on this product. I sought and found other measures, and that was what I was going to share with you today. So as we look at our beginnings, I kind of mentioned these earlier, but let's talk about them once again. We do have that vaginal birth. We have that exposure to vaginal and intestinal microbes through the birth canal. And when we have a C-section, we have minimal exposure to this bacteria. And also this correlates with an increased risk of allergies and autoimmune conditions. When we are breastfed, we're getting the prebiotics and probiotics and the beneficial bacteria lining our intestinal tract. Are we overfed and undergermed? What I mean by undergermed, years ago, we would play in the dirt and get in the soil and, I would play cars and drive my, vehicles through the dirt. And I just remember getting dirty and playing outside. These days, our kids just don't do that. And everything seems to be antibacterial this and antibacterial that. So when we look at Americans, we look at digestive disease. Digestive diseases affect 60 to 70 million people. That's 8 of 10 people. Hospitalizations associated with digestive issues, 21.7 million in 2010. Deaths, 245,000 in 2009. Diverticular disease, 2.2 million. Gallstones, 20 million in 2004. So if we look at this epidemic, we see IBS, GI infections, hemorrhoids. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but you see them here. Let me share with you one personal story with one of my girls. This is my daughter, Kaylee, and she had a chemical reaction. She had a reaction to a chemical that was found in a blanket. So we purchased a blanket from a store, did not wash it. She put it on, woke up the next day like this. Well, we took her to the doctor because wanted to make sure that wasn't going to affect her eyes or her vision. And my doctor said, Angela, here's steroids I could give you, but I know that you like to do things naturally, and I know it will work, so you can do that. But if you need me, I am here, and I will call you in a prescription for steroids. But I insisted on choosing my natural way. So with consistency, we used helichrysum zendercrin over the liver, and I used essential oils on her stomach to support her digestive system. We also used probiotics, digestive enzymes. We drank plenty of water, and she also started eating really clean. And of course, we used God's power, prayer. And now when we talk about the digestive system, we not only want to talk about what is going in, but what is going out. And I knew in her situation that her stools were probably a 1 or a 2. And until we could get everything working properly and flowing smoothly, we needed to get her to a 4 to a 5. And if we could do that, then her face and everything would clear up. So when we also look at the digestive system, not only do we want to know what type of stool, how it's coming out, smooth and soft, snake-like with no cracks, and it passes easily, we also want to know how much is coming out. Are we consistently emptying the colon on a regular basis? So this is my daughter on a normal day. I needed to give her, show you what she normally looks like, just her pretty clean skin, with no foundation or anything like that. So when I talk to people about their health, typically genetics come into play. And I've talked a lot about that. I don't know a lot of genetic information about my 3 younger girls, but we don't have to live in our genetic disposition. I believe that our bodies can turn on those genes and turn them off. And this is also thought about in the research with Dr. Caroline Leaf, a neuroscientist that I love to listen to. And I will talk a little bit more with her in a few moments, because she talks about renewing your mind and your brain, but she also talks about this genetic component. But you think about it, our family is who taught us how to eat, how to take care of ourselves. And if we are doing the same things that they taught us, guess what result we're going to get? You got it right. We're going to get the result of the same genetic diseases that they had. So we can change our destination. Let's talk about a few ways how to do that. We can look at food differently. Food can be medicine. Are we eating to live? Are we living to eat? What are we drinking? Are we getting enough water? Are we increasing our fruits and vegetables? So a big thing we look at with food and digestive is fiber. Americans typically get 15 grams or less of fiber a day. Excuse me. We want to move that up to 20 to 30 grams of fiber per day. And one way we can do that is we can decrease our processed foods or anything in a box or a bag. And we can add in foods like ground flax seeds, chia seeds, more vegetables and fruits, and beans and lentils. Now, another product that I really like to use that's soothing to the digestive tract is aloe vera juice. And this could be used inside of a smoothie or something like that where you wouldn't have to really taste it. Now, are you a stranger in your kitchen? Our fast-paced society says go, go, go. And yes, our family does choose to eat out occasionally, or even weekly, sometimes twice a week, but it's not a daily regimen. And when we get in the kitchen, we work together as a family to prepare nutritious foods. When we're actually cooking and smelling the food, preparing it, that gets our body ready to digest it. When you think about the soil being depleted and being deficient these days, we really need supplementation in order to lay that optimal health foundation. And the primary benefits of the supplementation you see are listed here, but a couple I wanted to point out are immune function, as well as liver function and digestive health. And then also supporting us with stress management. So the foundational health that I recommend are multivitamin, a great omega, and a cellular support. Now, with our body, with our digestive system starting in the mouth, we want to look at the mouth. The mouth is where we take in our food. It's where we're chewing the food. Chewing well is really important. Each tooth has an organ relationship. When your dentist looks in your mouth, he knows what is going on with other areas of your body just based upon your oral health. And I love this picture because it shows some of my friends that I know have had breast cancer. My mother-in-law has as well. And then I say, oh, do you have a problem with this tooth or this molar? And it's interesting to see the correlation. Now, stress is not bad. Stress is not bad in itself. If we didn't have some stress in our life, we would never get up out of bed and go. So stress in itself isn't bad. It's how we manage our stress. Plays a huge role in our physical as well as emotional body. And this also plays a huge part in our digestive system and our digestive health. Have you ever been upset and have your stomach hurt? Have you ever been excited and then said, uh-oh, I have to go to the bathroom? You might have looser stools. Have you ever been angry and then get a headache? Well, when you think about those are an emotional thing that occurred, but yet a physical reaction. So our gut is our second brain. I know you've probably heard that term before, but there are more nerve endings in our gut than in our central nervous system. Our fast-paced environment has an impact on our digestion, absorption of nutrients, and our microbiota in our gut. When I was trying desperately to get rid of my fissures and hemorrhoids, and after I'd already started incorporating a different lifestyle, I was already eating all the great foods I should eat. I was exercising, I was drinking water, and all the right things. However, I wasn't getting well. I was worried. Excuse me, let me grab a drink. I was worried. Worried that I might have to have surgery. Worried that the doctor, what if she makes a mistake? What if I am messed up for the rest of my life? I mean, I just constantly worried and thought about what if. And in order to heal, I had people in my life that said, Angela, you've got to change your mindset. You have to imagine in your head, God or God's healing power or his angels actually healing that area of your body. And I did turn to some natural healing herbs, adaptogenic herbs we will call them, that are found in supplements like ashwagandha, cordyceps, ginseng, holy basil. These are adaptogenic herbs that help support our thinking and our mindset and kind of takes the edge off. Mitral 2 Max is a supplement that doTERRA offers that have some of these adaptogenic herbs in them. It's known for energy and stamina, which includes antioxidants and coenzyme Q10. I know you've heard of that. Great for your cells, great for cardiovascular system. However, also has those adaptogenic herbs to help you during times of high stress, just to help you take the edge off. So our stress response may alter the microbiome in our gut. What I mean by that, the bacterial, the virus, the fungi, and other microorganisms in our digestive tract. Now, we can use our essential oils to support us emotionally. And you are going to want this kit of 6 oils, either in the beginning of your start with doTERRA or adding them on later. But these are excellent to have on hand when you need them. I carry a couple of these around in my purse on a regular basis. And recently I had someone pass away. I used Console and Peace to support me during that time. There's a time to grieve and a time to rejoice. There's a time for everything. And I believe God gave us our emotions as a signal. And notice those. Notice when we need to rebalance them. And notice why am I feeling afraid? If you've seen this movie, it's a brilliant movie, Inside Out, and it's on emotions. And I think this is an excellent example. But when I'm angry, why am I angry? Right? When I'm sad, why am I sad? When I'm fearful, where is that coming from? But figuring these out, creating new habits in renewing our mind, thinking on the positive, stop believing lies about yourself that aren't true. And these essential oils can help support us through that. Now, there's emotions class that we will be doing in 4 weeks. That's on May 22nd. You won't want to miss it. Emotions go hand in hand with our digestive health, and that's why I'm talking a little bit about them today. But we will go into further detail in about 4 weeks. Excuse me. Balance is an excellent essential oil for grounding. Now, Balance contains mostly tree oils. When you look at a tree, you see it is deeply rooted and deeply grounded. When you walk outside barefoot, you can even stand by a tree and you can feel grounded that way. So there are many ways to help us feel grounded and supporting our emotions. And another thing I just want to mention, moms, we don't take a very good job of taking care of ourselves. We normally take care and serve others. So I'm asking you today to think about taking care of you first, putting on your oxygen mask first before putting on your children's or other people in your family that you serve. Self-care is important, and we need to make this a higher priority. Some ways that I do self-care is I might add Epsom salt to my essential oils, to my bath water, and soak in that. Not only am I getting to relax, but the magnesium in the Epsom salt is actually getting in my skin and getting in my system. Magnesium can be an excellent way to heal the gut, to heal the body. Now let's talk about a few of our other products that I like to use for GI health. This is GX Assist. It's great GI cleansing formula. Now we only want to use this product for 10 days in a row. And at this time, we do not want to use a probiotic with it. This GX Assist is going to be cleaning and maintaining and detoxifying our digestive health. So we don't want to add anything to it, just cleansing at this point. 10 days is all we're going to use this. Now, if you need to repeat it next month, do it again for another 10 days the next month. So 10 days at a time, 20 days off. And on the 20 days, we are going to use our probiotic. Now, probiotics are excellent for the gut. Now, let me back up here for just a second. We had some similarities between our brain and our second brain, which we call our gut. And our brain is about 3 pounds. And a healthy gut has about 3.5 pounds of good microorganisms in the gut. We want to keep those healthy and keep repopulating them. Keep those in, keep those proliferated, keep those going. And when we take an antibiotic, not only do we kill the bad bugs, which is what we want to do, but we also kill the good ones. Now, remember, you heard me say I was on a lot of antibiotics. And each time I was messing the microbiome in my gut. It's never going to be the same again. So when we take antibiotics, that's what happens. And I've been blessed to say that since I've been using these essential oils for our immune system as well, that my children in the past 5 years have not had to be on an antibiotic because we've been able to use our essential oils for that. So I know in general, antibiotics have an increase. We're seeing an increased antibiotic resistance. As an example, I just had a friend that I mentioned earlier that passed away from the MRSA just by being in the hospital. And they gave her heavy doses of antibiotics, and they just weren't enough to fight for her. And she had age and other things on her side too that weren't working for her, but it's just sad. I'm glad, I'm thankful that we have antibiotics, when we need them. However, I think all too often, just like in my growing up, antibiotics were just given out too frequently. So we need to be constantly repopulating our gut in a positive way. And I'm going to show you some foods that you can use to do this as well. But what I love about this PB Assist is that if you see, it's 2 capsules in one. So we have a prebiotic as well as a probiotic. It's almost like a time release. The prebiotic will actually open in your stomach, and then the other second one, the probiotic, actually opens in your GI tract where it is needed. So these are great to travel with. They're great for people with chronic GI issues, suppressed immune function. So they promote a positive balance and proliferation of beneficial bacteria. They maintain healthy intestinal microflora balance and help support optimal metabolism and absorption of our food. Now here's a few ways we can get that prebiotic that I mentioned just from our regular whole foods: onion, eggplant, peas, asparagus, garlic, burdock root, and green tea. There's some ways to obtain prebiotics through whole foods. Now, probiotics in general have great health benefits. Let me share those with you. They can support digestion of lactose. They colon cancer protection, modulates our immune system, lowers inflammation, supports oral health, regulates metabolism, supports us when we have seasonal allergies, preventing excessive immunologic responses, supporting our nutrient utilization as well as detoxification. And here are some ways to get probiotics from your food. Now this picture of yogurt is not my favorite picture because it's sweet. Sweet looks like a dessert. However, unsweetened yogurt in a non-dairy form is what I prefer for my clients, or sauerkraut, excellent. Pickles, kimchi, kombucha, and miso soup are great forms of probiotic we can supplement into our diet. Now this product was a lifesaver for me when I was struggling. This is a digestive enzyme. As we age, we no longer are able to digest our food like we used to when we were young. This contains 10 active whole food enzymes that support our digestion of proteins, fats, complex carbohydrates, sugars, fibers, and other food nutrients. Great to use while traveling, GMO-free, gluten-free. Also contains our Tummy Tamer Essential Oil Blend. We take 1 to 3 with meals. Let me give you some examples. When we eat steak and potato, I would take 3 of these Terrazyme. If we're eating salads and sandwiches and soups and things like that, I would probably just take 1 or 2. This enzyme is an excellent lifesaver. This was my huge support while struggling because it actually gets in there with your food, is able to help digest your food and help support you that way. Whether you have constipation or diarrhea, these products will help and support our digestive tract. Okay, now we're going to talk about Digest Tab. When I think of Digest Tab, I think of upper GI or like a natural Tums. All natural ingredients. It's great to use for occasional acid indigestion. Now here's our essential oils that we use to support our digestive system. Now let's talk about Digestive. It's a blend of essential oils that we use. It's available in soft gel as well as essential oil. And what I typically do is just rub it on topically right on the abdomen. Ginger is also excellent, fennel as well as peppermint. As an example, yesterday one of my kids hollered down and said, "Mom, my stomach hurts." So I got her downstairs and said, let's use this little Itobi device, which if you're not familiar with that, it's a little handheld device that you put in your hand, and it kind of scans your body to see what essential oils and products that you might need. So her top oil was peppermint. So we used peppermint on her stomach. I sent her outside to take the dog out, and she came in, never mentioned it the rest of the day. So later that night, I said, "Hey, sweetheart, how was your stomach?" "Joel, after I let the dog out, I didn't have any more problem." So it's just pretty cool that God has given us so many different plants to help take care of us spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Now I know this is a very large topic. If you would like more information, please reach out to the person that invited you here. Also, I'm available for health coaching or Christy Hughes for questions. I'm going to post our contact information as the last screen. But in summary, let's talk a little bit about everything that we've talked about so far. We have chosen to eat to live, increase our vegetable intake, increase our fiber, supporting ourselves with probiotics, digestive enzymes, using magnesium like Epsom salt, baths, using Digestive or other tummy taming products to support us when we are in need, drinking plenty of water, learning how to manage our stress and our emotions, stop thinking stinky about ourselves, and then allowing God to come in and do the rest. Now today I'm going to show you a couple of kits. This is our Cleanse and Restore kit. This contains the foundational health that I mentioned earlier with our 3 different supplements. We have multivitamin, omega, as well as cellular support, and the digestive products, the PB Assist, the GX Assist, and the Terrazyme. And the other products here we did not mention, but they are to do with liver support. This is a great kit for cleansing and restoring, saving you $81.50. Now this is the Diamond Kit. This is just to show you all of doTERRA products. Now here we are showing 77 essential oils, including those emotional oils that I mentioned earlier, wellness supplements, all of our skincare products, including my favorite, Vera skincare, essential oil case, 8-hour diffuser, all natural spa products, plus hair care, toothpaste, soap, laundry care. This is a savings of $1,000. Plus, you can purchase future products and receive 25% back in loyalty points of anything that you purchase. And there are kits for every budget, many different kits. The Natural Solutions Kit is another kit that is very popular, containing 13 awesome essential oils, including the Balance, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, including the vitamins, omegas, and cellular support, a diffuser, and our digestive support, including PB Assist, Terrazyme, along with our sampling of natural toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, and soap. Savings over $200. Plus, when you purchase future products, you will receive 15% back in loyalty points. Here is my contact information, healthylivingchick.com, as well as Christy Hughes. Thank you so much. Hope you have a blessed evening.